Welcome back, Mr. Goodberry. The First Star Logistics studio is fully equipped and ready to record.
Welcome back to Bengals on the Brain, episode 147, presented by First Star Logistics. I'm your host, Joe Goodberry, and we're going to continue our draft prep, watching film. You guys seem very excited about this. I've been enjoying the comments and the talk about each prospect of, I like this guy, not at 17, at 49, nope, he's off my board, or that's the guy I want. So many different takes on the same players in the same film that we're all watching together. We started the defensive end group this week with James Pierce Jr. of Tennessee. We're going to continue with a very similar guy in size, stature, but also production profile, which is important for drafting these guys. And we've got the combine at the end of February here, and testing is huge for defensive ends. If you want a high-end pass rusher, he needs to be an elite athlete. And I think we've got one here. And it's a smaller school guy, so the tape will be different. We'll talk through it, but we'll end it with a game against Ohio State and maybe the best offensive line in college football and the best team from college football last year. So let's jump right in with, you see the white and green behind me? That's for Marshall's Mike Green. Okay, we have Mike Green here on the left side, number 15 for Marshall. First, we're going to take this tight end coming across the formation, absorb him, make the tackle against the run. I want to say before we get too far, right, because I can't even tell you which team this is. I can actually. It's UL Monroe. I do remember that. And we're going to get to the next game, and I'm going to say it's another small school team comparable to Marshall, even though I think Marshall ends up dominating the next game. When you're judging a player that played at lower competition, you need to see a couple things. Number one, I need him to look like the most athletic guy on the field. I also needed to see him play with intelligence and a motor and technical refinement that says he can handle going to another level. He can handle pushing his game to another step. Mike Green, I'm going to say right now, checks all of those things. So, so we can enjoy the tape. So he went to the Senior Bowl. He looked just as unblockable there as he will at times in these games as well. So we got 3 games. And now I'll continue. So put him over on the right side, left side. He'll play both. He'll even get up to defensive tackle. And you see him again. He sees what's happening. He sees the play going. He's going to, I want to go back to that, actually. I'm surprised I didn't play that one twice when I originally cut this up. I love the way he takes on the double team, right? And then spins backwards. So right there, he's got the tight end and the tackle on him. And then he realizes, as I'm stringing this out, the running back is going to cut the next gap to my left, turn back inside, help make the tackle. And he's a very good tackler too. So, some of the issues we had with the defensive tackles we watched, Mike Green and James Pierce did not have those issues. And he's showing the power here. He's showing a good get off and speed. We get some weird angles for these college prospects that are at smaller schools. And as I said, he is a good tackler. We kind of get one missed in the hole there. So I wonder if we should go back and get another look at this thing here and see, just how bad it was. Because I like that initially he's holding and controlling this guy, right? That's what you got to do. But at the same time, once you work back inside, I would like him to finish that. Now, I don't think that's all on him. His job is to contain the edge and force the running back to cut it inside. He did that. But again, playing against lower competition, I want to see extraordinary plays at a high rate. Takes on that cut block from the tight end, stays on his feet, gets back up quickly. Again here, I like seeing the guys try to cut him. The other team needs an answer from Mike Green. So what are they trying to do with him? They're trying to double. You see a tight end on the side plenty of times like we see right now. You're going to see him try to cut block. A lot of misdirection used right at him at the point of attack. A lot of running backs cutting off him directly. Watch how quickly he beats this right tackle. He has to break down, see if he can just trip up that running back. I'd say it's a missed tackle. So we already got 2 missed tackles here, maybe. Sorry for lying to you guys, saying he was a good tackler. I felt like he was. Again, a nice play, right? Keeping that guy locked in. Let's go back to it. Excuse me while I fumble with my mouse. And work your head back inside. Although the tackle here makes a tremendous play, probably even more impressive than Mike Green does. But Green does his job for sure, making you think you can cut up into that hole and then getting back into it. So let's see some pass rush. Hopefully, we got some of those coming up. I believe we do. And instantly beating his man. Inside, outside, swim, plenty of separation, as you should with a UL Monroe uh, right tackle, right? Again, that power, using that long arm, getting that tight end off of you, and then working back towards the ball. Doing it again here. Same thing. Like, look at the angle of this, right? He's lower. He's playing with leverage. He's playing with ankle flexion. This is athleticism. This is technique. This is power. This is vision and knowing where the ball is going and where they're trying to attack you. This is exactly what you want to see. Throws the guy and then gets inside and gets involved with the tackle. So check a box there. That's what I want to see from a guy playing against a smaller school. Again, I mean, we got to beat these guys and we got to beat them cleanly and quickly, right? And he's doing that so far. Doesn't mean he gets involved with every play afterwards, but can you disengage and hit these quarterbacks? And clearly, we get one here. Again, arm over move. Doesn't even knock down that outside or that inside hand, I would say, from the right tackle. But yet he's able to fight through it, fight through two guys as the quarterback's trying to boot back his way. And Green does a really good job hitting low, sliding down, and turning at the ankle. That's maybe that's why I thought he was a good tackler, is because of the way he does tackle. Again, he's flying into the backfield, causing havoc for the UL Monroe offense. Again, can we block this tight end into that gap, shed him, grab this running back, hold him up, and wait for your teammates and take him down? It's a good play against the run. Easy win inside and a nice tackle, right? Now the left tackle here. Swim inside, set your feet, cut, and then dive and make the tackle. Nice form tackle. Does this pretty routinely. Plays like that against the run. I think he has a little bit of freedom before the snap too to get inside and pick a different gap and try to attack these guys in different ways. I like seeing that. Again, reading it very quickly and correctly. Does the quarterback have the ball in that situation? Do I need to flow down the line or do I need to chase the running back? Do I need to flow down the line, chase the running back, or is the quarterback keeping it and I need to break back down and contain him? They put a tight end on the side. Get that tight end off of me. Go and make the tackle very shortly. It's a little gain. I like the effort there. Keeps flowing with the ball. Keeps flowing with the play. I think we're getting. Is this the one close to the end? Yeah. Again, I remember this one now. That's right. Because I cut these up a day ago. That's why sometimes I'm watching them like I don't remember. And then sometimes I get back to them like, what play is this? But that's right. Another win off the snap for him. I like this angle here. This is usually not typically a great angle if I need to see the whole team, but seeing just the trenches at the goal line, I mean, he just beats him off the snap, right? This quarterback right now is like, dang, I probably should have given this ball to the running back because if I'm keeping it, I am running for my life. And you know what an underrated thing I like about this actually? Just thought about it just now, and that's why I didn't highlight it. About right here, when the quarterback, and I'm going to draw this out. The quarterback here has to make a decision. Do I run this way? Can I juke this guy and take it inside? Right. And I think when you see I have a defender here, well, then I should probably angle my path this way, just so we got all things covered. How many times we've seen the Bengals miss tackles in the backfield because everyone's going in the same direction and the quarterback pretty much, or running back or Lamar Jackson jukes them all at the same time? Well, you can see right there, that's exactly what Mike Green does. Let me go a clip back than that. There we go. Not there, but right there. So Green says, okay, yeah, I'm going to take this path this way. You're going to take the path that way. If you miss, then I can come around and clean it up afterwards. Because he's that kind of athlete. You'll see him run around guys a lot just because he knows he's the most athletic guy in the field. Again, nice, strong, low tackle through the hips. I don't know what the flag is on. I don't think it has to do with Mike Green there. Late win around the quarterback or around the right tackle and then sacking the quarterback. Let's get I showed the far angle because we don't get a great angle here. Other than the power to lift that inside shoulder and then run around the arc while being contacted and then just tripping up the quarterback. It's a nice play. I don't care who the defender is there. Running and being that agile, that fast and being that good of a tackler. I appreciate Mike Green for those things for sure. This is the first time he really gets thrown to the ground in this game, pops right back up, runs back, and helps makes the tackle. I mean, he's just anyone that's trying to block him, and this is late in the game too. If he gets that sack, he probably ends the game right then and there. Instead, they got to go for 2, and he's got to pressure the quarterback. Similar situation to what we saw earlier. Can you beat them off the snap? No, so let me go outside and just win with athleticism, make this throw harder, and he does. Intercepted on the 2-point conversion. Marshall wins. Next game is against Southern Methodist. No, that's SMU. They look like the Steelers. That's all I know. Southern Mississippi, Southern Missouri. Let's go. On the left side there, obviously. Quick little pass rush. This game starts off a little rocky. The cameraman's all shaky. Tried to get the best clips I could. We're just getting clips of him moving, reacting quickly. A couple moves there to start the game. Nothing really affecting the game just yet. That's him being unblocked and getting the guy in the backfield close to a safety. Again, not great camera angles at the lower level. I like they're not getting cut blocked, getting in the quarterback's face, making that a harder throw. I don't know if he actually hit it, but he got close to that one. His get off here, I like it. Again, I want to see him be the first guy off. I want to see him win clearly. I want to see the other team have to cheat in order to stop him. And that's what we got here from the Steelers left tackle, number 71. They're all cheaters. And Mike Green gets the hold there with a nice, easy win. I think he's equally effective right and left side. No effect. Again, getting in the quarterback's face. You want to block him with a tight end. I think the misdirection stuff can work with him, slow him down a little bit. But you want to try and block him with a tight end. And this is a good play. Actually, here's breaking down a pass rush. And this works for every player, whether we get to Bengals or not, in the offseason or in the season when we're reviewing film. And especially when I talk about like Miles Murphy and his development. So this will give you a key to understanding what I'm talking about. Mike Green gets off this really nice. He is attacking vertically, right? There, you can go this way, you can go through a guy, or you can try and jump back inside and attack the inside, right? You typically have 3 paths. And if you're coming from the outside, I think you even get a couple more different angles. So you can decide there. But from here, he's going vertically and he's going to try and cut this corner and flatten it. We're running the arc is what we call it. And you'll see the first thing I want to note here is when he goes for the club, he wants to knock down this hand. His goal is to get this hand off of him so I can freely turn this corner quickly rather than getting pushed over and turning the corner even further downfield. That makes my distance further. And you're going to see his angle, right? His feet are going to be flexed. We're going to be at an angle like this. That's what you need. You need that athleticism, that balance, and that power, the strength to be able to run through guys that are contacting you. So first things first, we are trying to knock this hand down. Green is unable to do that here. And because of it, you can see that hand still stayed at his hip right there, right? And then the other hand is on his back from the offensive tackle. So the offensive tackle, as you're doing that and you miss, he's pushing you now. and he's pushing you even further upfield. Green is trying, you see, the weight is like on his heels. He's trying to not get pushed so far upfield because that's just going to make his angle even harder to come back, and he's going to get run around the quarterback. So as Green there tries to now throttle down and turn, he's turning himself. Now I'm way out of here. I'm trying to turn. There's going to be one more push now because you never won. You never knocked those hands down. He's trying to push. The lineman's going to push him one more time, and you're going to see it's going to knock Green down because Green knows he has to cut at that point to get up to the quarterback. So that's just, while a knock on Green, he did not win there. Good block by the left tackle. That is for an example of what I'm talking about when we look at prospects or free agents or even the Bengals players later. We want to see those hands win. And that's a nice win right there against the run. So this time we're going to get underneath or meet 71. I guess no one's really winning the leverage battle there. But if I can leverage him and lock him out, well, now I know when the running back's dipping inside there. I need to release one arm, as you saw it right there, his left arm. Get that left arm wrapped around the running back as best as you can as you're getting tackled yourself. Hold on with as much grip strength as you can and twist the guy down. That is a great play against the run for Mike Green. Taking on this double team here. This is the type of attention he receives pretty routinely when you watch the film. Other teams are putting a tight end on him. He's got to face double teams, got to fight through it. And sometimes they don't block him at all because sometimes the quarterback's keeping the ball. Hey, I like the speed and the intensity, though, from Green. But again, we're going with power against this pulling guard, I think it is. Meet him head on. Again, small school, I need to see that the guy doesn't think he's above everyone. I think Green transferred from Virginia, so a little bit small, a little bit bigger, going from Virginia down to Marshall. But those guys that don't act like they're bigger than everyone and get dirty in the run game, I like that. And Green does that here, stands up number 78. Now, the running back here is indecisive. Like, I don't know which way I'm supposed to go. Can I cut up this hole? Can I get around? Do I got to go all the way around 78? And he's left indecisive. The rest of the team cleans up the play. But that's made by Mike Green against the run and being physical and he's nasty. He has more intensity than James Pierce does. And I thought Pierce was good. I think Green has elite intensity. Little inside out swim to win around the outside. Play is already out though. Ball's already out. Again, you don't really want to block him. You want to bring that tight end all the way across. You can. 15 is going to come all the way. We see this. The Bengals do this with Eric All. Or did. And he already sees it. You see him already coiling because I might get hit here. But if I can dip around him fast enough and then flatten, because his angle was this, right? But now I need him to cut and run with the running back like that. You need to be a special athlete in order to pull this off. And he does. And you have reason to celebrate, Mike Green. Getting doubled, tripled, getting hit by everyone possible. I left this play in because it's a crazy throw and catch downfield. It's not so much about Mike Green there. I liked it because of the other players. I like this. Again, you want to block him with a tight end, misdirection. We're going to try and boot the quarterback out there. Mike Green hustles and gets the sack, but not just hustle too. He realizes the quarterback's booting, so let me get back outside. So a nice, clean, athletic spin move. And then here, he's like, I need to keep the quarterback in the pocket. We talked about this with James Pierce. So his angle here and his step is going to be, let me keep this quarterback in. And he does. Now the quarterback is breaking it back inside. And Russell Wilson, number 3 there, just can't get away from the athleticism of Green, who hunts him down and takes him down. Big sack there. Big loss. I also love this play. Did you see where he came from on that? Did you follow him the whole way? I'm going to go back so that you can see it because it's pretty crazy. Here he is on the left side, right? He's going to dip in. Looks like he's going to end up against 71 and 58 double teamed. He's not. He's going to run all the way around. And then now he's back in the quarterback's face. Like, this is an off script. I can do anything because I'm just better than everyone around me type of play. And then a very nice tackle in the open space, open field. He's going for that run. Did you see that? It ends up being a reverse. But man, he looks fast off the line. Here we go inside. Doesn't affect the play, but we get a little another spin move again. That's why I kept that one in there. Give us a chance to evaluate the different move sets that he has. We're going to go all the way around here. You know what I like about this play? Let's pull it back. You have to be an athlete at this position because sometimes you're going to get tripped up, right? And we know this. We want to be fast off the ball. We want to be able to attack and chase down Lamar Jackson and keep Josh Allen and Pat Mahomes in the pocket. But sometimes you get tripped up. And I need the guy to be able to recover well enough while now you're on 5 sets, you're on 5 toes there, you're on 1 foot while getting a hand to the face, while just falling. And I need you to stay on your feet and absorb that power. Get to that other foot there. That ankle flexion is, you can't see it because my face is right below it, but this outside leg here, this one, that foot is like this. The inside one, the same. He's on his toes. So, like that, you can't just be anyone regular like that. You've got to be able to be athletic and strong enough. You got to be a little bit crazy to think you can even finish that play after so much has already happened to you. And Mike Green does for another sack. Again, we can analyze a pass rush play in here, knock down that arm, right? Like we said. There you go. Did a good job there. Now, rip up. So we've got the club, and we've got the rip right away. We talked about this with Miles Murphy. He does one, and then, oh yeah, I should probably rip. Too late. That hand's already back on your shoulder with a grip on you. Here, this hand is back on your shoulder, but Mike Green's going to now rip up. And what do you do? Knock that hand off. So as he knocks his hand down. When the hand regathers on his shoulder, he knocks it inwards now. And now again, the angle, the cut. I've got to be an athlete in order to make this work, make them pay for it. So you got your win there. And then again, as you're getting hit to cut this corner, because we've already seen him, he's already cutting this corner one time. Right there, he's getting pushed to the ground. Most guys, if they're not elite athletes, are going down off getting pushed in the back while I'm trying to cut. Not Mike Green runs with it, cuts again. This guy could run around the circumference of a dime. He's agile. This is the only time he ends up on the ground in this one, I think. He tries to go for an inside move, gets tripped up by his defensive tackle. If you're going to try that, I need to know my D tackle isn't in that same spot. Okay, so Mike Green beating up on lower competition. Great. We need that. I mean, you have to pass that bar, but it's a low bar. How about against Ohio State in a game that, Ohio State ripped off some big plays here, and you could see he didn't get a lot of chances to rush the passer. It goes so, but the flashes are when you go, okay, there's the first round pick. Let's jump into that. Wearing 15 in white to our right. He's going to get the tight end attention. If you're Ohio State, who are you going to put on him, right? Start it right off with a double team, 70 at right tackle, put that shoulder right into Mike Green's chest, into his chops, into his face, and then 88's going to pick him up and finish him off. As Green does slip off of him, but 88's going to make sure he's not getting back up this time. We've already seen this guy recover and get back on his toes. We're not going to let that happen. So Green's going to up the intensity just a little bit. You see a little bit more power there into that right tackle. Similar situation again. They got the tight end on that side. This time, as we got a little play action, we're going to throw down that tight end, rip his helmet off, force ourselves off number 1 coming across. I think Mike Green instantly felt okay, this ain't Kansas anymore. We got to get ready to go. So there's a little power again. Get in, help keep that from going into the end zone for the touchdown. Ohio State will eventually get in there. We get a tush push here. But you can feel the intensity for Green has ramped up instantly, and it continues to go up as he's matching the speed, power, and everything the talent that Ohio State has to offer. So again, I want to throw that tight end into that running back. We've used this example quite a few times now for the defensive tackles and the DNs. I've got him locked out. See if I can overpower him into that running back and close that gap. Green cannot hear just slightly. The running back pushes, number one pushes off the tight end actually, and launches himself to the moon for the touchdown. Green shoving his head down, trying to get in, and gets thrown to the ground. Not ideal. You don't want to go too crazy. When you try to match intensity and power and strength sometimes, you can bubble and go a little overboard. Get yourself out of control a little. And you see Green take on that tight end super hard. Now he's diving inside. I'm going to defend this run. Well, you still got to play sound football. And everyone can't dive inside. If you look at the PFF grades for Green in this game, it says he didn't have a great run defense game. Plays like that are going to be why. Again, that power on this tight end. They want to keep blocking him with the tight end. Fine. You still got to win. Can I lift that guy off me? Can I create separation? Can I throw him backwards and then try and get around the corner? Get him off of me. And then the running back picks him up as well. So all eyes on Green. Nice little quick win here. But we've got a pitch to number 2. So it's not going to matter for Green. Again, he's doing what he can. The rest of the defense can't hold up. So you're going to have to do it yourself a little bit here, Green. Go through these guys and force that wide receiver on this screen, this little bubble screen, to go all the way around you. Tight end, walk that tight end right back into number 1 if you can. By doing this, you're pretty much eliminating this option to cut back against the grain where we're going to Ohio State. I mean, you do have space inside, but you're cutting that off by forcing yourself through the receiver here. And also, not just that, but now he's got to go around to make his move, and he still gains yardage, but not as much as he probably would have if Mike Green wasn't so aggressive and didn't control that play from the tight end the entire time. Again, getting off that 88 at tight end very quickly. Just can't close the gap. Need someone else to squeeze that a little bit if you want to be able to recover and catch that from the backside. Green's going to try and dive inside here. Got 74. Can I work through 74? 74 ends up on the ground. Maybe he got tripped up or something. Nice little dip around the corner, huh? Let's see that again. Chop that arm down. There we go. What do we talk about, right? And then that arm tries to get back up. But if you can sink low enough, and Green really does there, he does a great job of sinking low enough that when the guy tries to get his arm back up, it actually went over his shoulder, went over Green's shoulder. And now, so we said club, and then it was rip last time, his club, and he's kind of like long arming and just boxing out the right tackle with that right arm there, just to make sure that arm doesn't come back up and get him. So now I can run this and turn this corner and go full speed right to the quarterback. That's good rush. Very good rush. There we go. Now we're dealing with that double team, right? This is exactly like the first play of the game. 70, going to try and put your shoulder into me this time? Not this time. I'm going to take you on, throw you off, take on 88, throw him down, work my way back to the running back, and make a nice form tackle right at the thigh pads. And now we get to this point. Maybe the one of the last plays we'll show you, but maybe the first play they will show when Mike Green gets drafted at 17th overall in April. Ooh, tell me that's not good, right? So we're going to watch this in very slow motion multiple times because it's against Ohio State, number 1. Number 2, it's sick. It is so nice. It is one of the best pass rushes you're going to get this year. An outside spin move, usually see the spin move going back in. So DeMarcus Ware made this. DeMarcus Ware, Elvis Dumervil was doing this back in the day. If you guys are youngins, that is clean. Let's watch it super slow motion. Really break it down for us. Because we need to angle inside. We need to look like we're attacking the inside, right? That gets the tackle to hold his ground just a little bit. You see how that foot comes down very flat-footed there? We want him to shift a little bit of weight going back inside. because ultimately we're going to attack them outside, right? So if I can get you to shift just enough as this back foot hits here, perfect timing for it, then I'm going to attack this outside arm, knock it down, and then come back around with my right arm and box him out again. This is very, very clean. All while, remember, I marked that right foot that was down on the ground. So the next foot that has to come down is the left foot. That's how we walk, right, left, right, left. So now the right foot is in the air again. So all your power is on the inside. Now, as I'm going to try and recover, you're going to end up lunging and missing. So this is such a clean win by Mike Green. You see it right there. See the lunge now? No chance to get that. Flight into the quarterback, show that 4 or 5 speed probably, and the clean tackle. Mike Green, that is a tremendous win. So the film looks good. The flashes are there. The high-end athleticism, the power, the intensity, the tackling, an array of moves. The Senior Bowl week, he looked good. People have some questions. Why did he leave Virginia? We'll have to figure that out. Maybe some stories will come out. Can't comment on that now. But what we can comment on is the other part. We can't do the athleticism either. We'll find out what he tests when we get there at the end of the month. But we can do the production and the scores we keep on our draft spreadsheet that you will get at some point in April when it's finished, maybe a little bit earlier this year because we are ahead of the game. Shout out to my buddy Neil. Market share adjusted production takes in age, takes in the rest of your teammates, takes in your strength of schedule. Mike Green lands at the 96.7th percentile. That's strong. Means his production is very, very high. We go over PFF data and we say his defensive pass rush grade, not just pass rush, it's just his defensive grade, 99th percentile. His pass rush grade is in the 95th percentile. His run defense grade, 99.6 percentile. There are not many defensive end edge prospects that grade against the run better than Mike Green does. His pressure rate percentile, 92.5%. Pass rush win rate, 95th percentile. Sack and hit percentile, just under 90th percentile. I'll go faster now. True pass sets, 95.5. True pass set win rate, 94.9 percentile. Batted passes, 34th percentile. That's every box you want. Again, we're waiting on the athleticism. Make sure the character stuff is good. Anytime a player transfers from a school, you got to do your homework there, as we know. But this is what I'm saying. For a guy that went to Marshall, that isn't the biggest guy either. So I know this is going to be a conversation with Pierce, with Mike Green. We've got to be aware of it. We've got to wonder if the Bengals will take a guy that's 6'3", 251. I think they would. If he's a monster against the run, I think that's the reason they would have taken Nolan Smith. And if Miles Murphy was gone, if Brian Brzee was gone, he wasn't off the board. But Nolan Smith was a maniac against the run. And you see that with Mike Green as well. And I think they'll see that and say, sure, he's a little small, but he's also young. And he's already willing against the run. That's the kind of guy you can take. I don't like small guys that are afraid to get physical and afraid to get in the run and can't tackle and things like that, right? You don't want that. That's not ideal. That doesn't mean those guys probably aren't going to get any better at it, especially from a small school. Green looks like he will. So to me, again, if I'm saying we want to end this now, as we had a suggestion in the comments, to rank the players that we have watched that we would take at 17. So far, I had James Pierce number 1. I am now unseating James Pierce, and I'm putting Mike Green there. He's going to get a higher tape grade than Pierce does, but it's going to be close. I think I gave Pierce an 81. I'm going to go 83 for Mike Green. And I might be at 82 on Pierce. I have to go back and look. Sorry, I should be a little more formal with this and check this beforehand. But the grade at the end will be based on the data, the performance data, the production data, the testing data, and then the consensus rankings from around the internet. All that filters in and gives us one grade at the end. I expect both of these guys are going to end up in the top 12 on our spreadsheet at the end. So if they're there at 17, turn the key, I'm in, as long as everything else checks out during draft season. This has been Bengals on the Brain, presented by First Star Logistics. I got the hat on today. It's a nice hat. These Nike golf hats that wick away the sweat. Not that I'm sweating. It's freezing outside. Until next time, Hooday.
Hey, Dave Lapham here. While games are over for the season, there's no off-season for the First Star Media Group or First Star Logistics. Join me in the trenches and Joe Goodberry of Bengals on the Brain here on the First Star Media Group YouTube channel. First Star Logistics gave away great prizes during the season, which will continue with exclusive content and special giveaways during the off-season. So please subscribe to the channel and hit the like button to help us continue to grow the channel.